What's going on, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys day number 25 in my 10th annual 31 Days of Horror, a series in which we watch and review 31 horror films in 31 days, all during the month of October, leading right up to Halloween, and continuing along with day number 25. And Severin, actually, I misspoke yesterday and said that Wax Mask was our last Severin film, but that actually wasn't the case. I completely misspoke. I totally forgot that we had only done 4, so today would be our final Severin film. And I think the reason I thought that is because, well, one, I was in a rush, had to get to work, I was filling in for somebody, so I wanted to hurry up and get the video out. But two, I initially planned on Wax Mask being the last title that I reviewed, but I swapped them around, and yeah, so that's basically what happened there. So I prematurely said that we're moving on to Vinegar Syndrome, but that will be tomorrow. So for today, let's finish up Severin with a film that I had no idea what to expect out of. And that film is Vi, V-I-Y, from the year 1967. Very, very older horror film here. This was a film based on a classic novella from Nikolai Gogol, and previously adapted by Mario Bava in Black Sunday, which I didn't know. So this is a Russian horror film. It's one of the first Russian horror films, I believe. So this film follows a group of, I don't know what they are, seminary students, people who are studying religion or something, and they're going to, they're walking like through the woods one night, and they get lost or turn around. They're supposed to be going somewhere, so they happen upon this old woman's house, and they beg her to let them sleep, so you know nothing happens to them out in the dark, or they don't freeze or whatever. So she separates them, brings one of them into the barn. She goes to seduce this guy, and he kind of trips out. And then basically she puts him under like a spell type thing, and it cuts to her like riding him through the woods, like on his shoulders with her broomstick. And he's like, "Oh my God, you're a witch," and freaks out. And essentially he kills her. And then she transforms into a beautiful young lady, and he's all freaked out. He's not sure if he like killed a young lady and thought it was a witch, or it was a witch that turned into a young lady, or what. So he goes away, and then the father of the young lady calls him in because the daughter had mentioned his name while she was dying and wanted him to pray for her. She ends up dying, so the father and the father's like some sort of like king or something like that. It doesn't really say here on the back, but the father basically assigns him to pray via her tomb for 3 nights. I'm not sure if this is something that's normal or whatever, but he basically assigns this younger dude, to pray and watch over her tomb for the next 3 nights, and he'll be rewarded handsomely, punished if he doesn't. And so he does, and there's almost like these beats of comedy in there too, where he's like in this like tomb late at night with all these candles lit and stuff like that, all freaked out. And basically she resurrects and like terrorizes him. He draws a chalk line on the floor, this circle of forget what it was called, but you know, like a circle of like you know, safety type thing, like prayer and shit. And she can't cross it, but she terrorizes him, and then it gets worse each night, and all kind of stuff. Like there's like this like skeleton and hands and a golem type thing, and it's a very weird movie, but a very cool movie. And I was actually like really surprised at how creepy and atmospheric it is. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of the 1977 film House from Japan. Sort of not as kooky, but definitely has some of this like weirdo ideas going on behind it, and like sort of these weird scenes of just strange things happening. But I thought the performance was pretty good with the lead witch there. The scene where the witch is flying on the dude's shoulder, like through the countryside, was like incredibly cool. Just because you hear about witches riding people and stuff like that, and to see it on like this sort of like green screen type thing was really neat. It was very cool looking, even though it looked a little fake, in 1967. But I just thought it was an interesting idea. And yeah, this is definitely a little bit of a gem, man. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out, because I don't think that many people have really seen this one. It has some more attention now coming out through Vinegar Syndrome. It's only 77 minutes long. Good atmospheric, scary little horror movie with some comedy in there. So at least I think it was comedy. I went ahead and give this an 8 out of 10. I think it's very solid. Definitely check it out if you've never seen it. And with that said, tomorrow we will get to Vinegar Syndrome. So see you guys then. Peace out.